Morning, everybody. I am Ashley Scotland from Thriving Survivors, and I am waiting on Laura McGuinness from Glasglow Girls Club joining. Here we are.
Hello.
That worked. Very good. Morning,
Good
Laura.
morning.
How are you?
Not too bad, thanks, Ashley. What about yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Is that as good as it gets for a Monday morning?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's very Monday vibe-ish, but we're chatting to each other. We'll get through it.
We are. I should just say I've got my baby in the background, so if you hear something smashing or breaking, it's probably my daughter.
Loving,
No,
the
but
real
she's
life
fine.
stuff. Loving it.
Fab. So we are here this morning to talk about our So What But What If campaign. And I think just for viewers, I'll give a sort of brief update on what it is and sort of where we're at. So our So What But What If campaign launched last year in partnership with Glasgow Girls Club and One for Growth. We hosted our panel event on women's safety, and I think it ran over 2 hours, and we soon realised that there just wasn't enough time to cover all these subjects in one go. So eventually we actually then turned it into a year-long campaign, and here we are with a month to go. And it's been quite the journey. It's been quite the learning as well. What would you say, Laura?
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with you. Like right back from the beginning, where we're just anticipating it to be kind of one chat, one Zoom conversation with sort of, multiple women chatting about female safety turned into what has been a year-long campaign with monthly panel events covering topics from a whole array of different things in relation to safety for all humans, really, hasn't it?
It has. It's been an incredible learning as well, especially in and around our LGBTQI experience. I found that for me probably the most powerful part of what we've done. But I think recognising that it was much bigger than just women's safety, and actually how many people do feel safe to walk down the street at night or enter into a park. And I think that for me has been a huge eye opener. So it's great to be where we're at now.
Absolutely. And we said from the beginning, didn't we, that actually having these conversations, and very often maybe some of them have been slightly uncomfortable conversations, that for us, our aim was always to be a catalyst for further conversation. So, the panelist events, yes, that first one was nearly 3 hours, I'm sure. And we had another one which was a bit of a stoter as well, which was the success of women, because that quite rightly was so inspirational hearing the ladies that were speaking stories. But for these hour-long panel events that we've had each month, it's just not enough to, I mean, it literally scratches the surface of each topic, doesn't it? So for us, we hope that we have been a catalyst for further conversation and learning for people, because like you said, Ashley, the LGBTQIA plus was, a real fundamental learning. The world is changing, it's transforming into a different place, a brilliant place. So for us, I think, yeah, we all took so much away from that.
So I think that brings me nicely onto the youth panel, because that added a whole other dimension to the conversation as well. So we recognised quite early on that we were, as Heather puts it, a group of ladies of a generation. And how we see things isn't always how our younger generation see things. Do you know, I had a conversation with my son just the other day about something that's happened within the school, and it was quite a powerful space to be in, as he recognised that this was a really wrong thing to happen, and he didn't take part. And you realise that what we teach them and everything that we've been working towards recently having an impact on that younger generation. But certainly the voices of the youths that we brought into this conversation changed the dynamic entirely.
Absolutely. And that came about, didn't it, after? Because like you said, we hosted the panel which focused on children, and it focused on when children should be educated on various different aspects of safety, like to basically to keep them safe. And then from that, we were like, we're really making maybe like kind of assumptions based on what we think, but actually we need to get these younger voices into the conversation to actually hear it from their lived experience and perspective. So I think it was about March we pulled together some brilliant youngsters to basically watch back each of our panel events and dissect the chat and put their like ideas and kind of opinions on our conversations, which has been very insightful because a lot of their feedback is unexpected. So yes, it's been a real journey. We've had some great people involved in this campaign. I actually cannot believe that this Friday at 11 a.m. is that's our last like live panel event, isn't it, before the finale?
Yes, we're bringing everybody back together again. So it's quite. We have came full circle. It'll be interesting to hear how these campaigns have got on over the course of a year. Do you know, are things still happening, and has there been much change on the ground as well in and around these different campaigns that we ran? But yeah, it's hard to believe that we're a year in.
Yeah.
Roll on for December final, which is face to face in person on the 9th. I cannot wait. But Friday's panel will be spectacular, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Uniting the safety campaigns and just hearing, like you say, how they've evolved across the year. And, because these are conversations and campaigns that will likely run on. So it's going to be great to kind of get a roundup of that. And then, yes, as you say, leading towards our finale on the 9th of December. So let's have a wee chat about that then, Ashley, because actually it would be great if anybody's listening to this or maybe has been following the So What But What If campaign might fancy joining us at that event on the 9th.
Yes, so the event on the 9th is being held in Glasgow City Centre, I'm going to say, because I've totally forgot the name of the venue.
It's the Clayton, isn't it?
Clayton. So we are hosting our in-person event. It'll be a full day event, which is fabulous. Everybody will be able to come along and have a chat, and there'll be opportunities for networking. But in the morning, we will have a sort of live panel where we're bringing together some of the people that have been involved throughout the year, and our youth panel will be there and sort of represented as well. And then I think you, Heather, and I are going to sit at the end and have a conversation in and around the report, what that will look like, and give everybody that last opportunity to really feed into that before we get that finalised and sent away to our colleagues in Scottish Government to see if there's anything that can be done with it, to make real meaningful change on the back end of a year-long campaign of work. And I think one of the things that we did differently, Laura, is that we captured so many different campaigns. So
yeah.
we started with one campaign, this is what we want to do, but in the end up, it turned out a showcase of all these different campaigns. And really, should we need them? I think is the question. So that would be my what if.
I think, actually, you've literally taken the words out of my mouth. I think the overriding what if from the campaign will likely be that what if we didn't need this campaign? What if we didn't need to be talking about how we can make the world safer for everybody?
Yeah, I've got goosebumps as you said that there. I think you're right. I think for me, that's what I've seen throughout this is it's been a huge learning, and I wouldn't change a single bit of it. It's been challenging, but I think all in all, we've done what we set out to do, and that was really to raise awareness in and around what initially started as women's safety, and then we realised that it's so much bigger than that, and people are just people, and sometimes I think we can easily forget that. So yeah, my what if is what if we didn't need all of these campaigns, as much as it's been enjoyable and it's been a wonderful learning. One day I hope we get to a point, Laura, where we don't need to do this.
100%. 100%. And the what ifs as well, we've asked all of our participants and experts and hosts to provide us with what ifs, even right back in, was it March when we had the International Women's Day event in Princess Square? We had everybody there fill out what ifs on our wishing tree as well, didn't we? So they're all going to be culminated in this government, this paper for Scottish Government as well, aren't they? And I think that's going to be really impactful, and we're going to be displaying them at the event on the 9th as well. So I think that's going to actually probably be quite emotional.
Yes, I think so. Do you know, to see all of that finally come together, the wishing tree was quite spectacular when you seen it, and you're standing underneath this lovely wee tree, and it's got so many beautiful things on there, wishes for people's daughters, and wishes like we've just said there. What if we don't need this? I cannot wait to see how powerful the end sort of show will be in terms of those what ifs. But yeah, we should be able to showcase them on the 9th.
Brilliant, brilliant. And we've got the panel events are all up on Thriving Survivors YouTube and also the GGC YouTube as well. So if anybody's watching this thinking, I'd like actually to catch up on what the ladies are talking about. So we've had a youth panel, we've chatted about perceptions, kind of human to human perceptions. We've had a male panel, success of women through the ages. We've had a whole host of really, really super interesting chats, which you'll definitely have some like kind of key learnings from each, won't you, Ashley? So they're all available to view. And you know, if you're listening to this and thinking this sounds great, definitely watch them and then drop us a message, because we are going to, obviously we've got our invite list for the 9th for everyone that's participated, but if anybody's really keen to come along and learn more, then we would love to hear from you.
Definitely. That's an open invitation to anybody that wants to join us.
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
Love it. Well, so also Heather's saying, so she, bless Heather, One for Growth, is giving us the Clayton Hotel, the times, which I'm sure was 10 till, there we go, there it is there, 10:30 till 3 p.m, Friday the 9th of December. So she's asked, tell us your what ifs. So I think we are definitely in agreement, aren't we? Like, what if we didn't need this? What if we didn't need this campaign?
Yeah, I think that would be my overall wish for this, is that we never have to do it again, Laura. You know, I hope that, I know that we as one can't make a huge difference, but at the same time, if we all try and just do a little bit, then maybe things will start to change.
Yes, love it. Absolutely. Well, yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed this collaboration this year, and, you know, learning and growing personally from it as well. So I'm really looking forward to the 9th.
It's been wonderful, Laura. But yeah, I think right on cue there, we should probably wind it up. Wind it up.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you to Heather for providing us with all the details and stuff in the chat. If you do want to join us, or you want to add your what ifs, please just get in touch. And like Laura said, you'll find everything on the YouTube channels and the Glasgow Girls Facebook page. There's plenty of ways to get access to us.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for having me, Ashley, and have a great day.
Thanks, Laura. Bye.
Bye.